Christ Place, leaders, volunteers, personally, I want to thank you for choosing to serve on this Make a Difference weekend, Kids Summer Days. We cannot pull off this event without you. And so first off, I want to thank you for choosing to serve on this weekend. Secondly, we still need more volunteers. You guys have bought into the vision of what we're trying to do this weekend, so you guys have become our best recruiters. And so we want you to help us recruit to pull off this Make a Difference weekend, Kids Summer Days, to help us love where we live. And that's really the purpose of this event, guys. Rather than asking people to come to our campus, we're saying as a church family that we're going to go to where people are at. That's what Jesus did. He met them where they're at. And so our Make a Difference weekend, we are going into the neighborhoods to put on a VBS experience for the kids and families who live in that area. It's an awesome opportunity for us to reach our My 5, to love where we live, to go on mission, all the things that we are super passionate about at Christ Place. Now, a couple reminders. I'm going to give you some dates and times. July 30th through August 1st, that's the dates of the event. That's a Thursday through Saturday. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Try to beat the heat a little bit. During that time, you guys are going to have a time of games, a time of teaching, snack time. It's going to be an awesome opportunity for us to engage, give a little parent relief for those families who have been in their homes all summer. Kids, send them to your house and give them Jesus during those 2 hours. It's going to be an awesome opportunity for us. We really want to take advantage of it. Now, 3 ways I want to talk. I got 3 volunteers in this video. We're going to talk about what your roles are in this event. First, host home leader. You guys that have signed up to be host home leaders, you guys are the ones that have generously opened up your home to welcome kids in your area into your backyards, your front yards, into your homes to show them the love of Jesus. So thankful for you guys. We could not do it without you. We are going to help you guys win. We're going to give you guys host home kits. These things are going to include bracelets for the kids when they arrive, curriculum, snacks, drinks for the parents if they choose to stay. We want yard signs to help you guys promote in your neighborhood. We're going to give you guys everything you need to pull off the best Kids Summer Days at your house possible. Next, I have our Make a Difference volunteers. You guys are the ones we are commissioning out. This includes our students. This includes other members in the church that we're going to be sending out saying, I don't live in a great neighborhood to host. Maybe I don't live in a neighborhood, but I want to help out. We're going to send you to a host home to help these host home leaders pull off Kids Summer Days in their house. Third, kids ministry staff helpers. These people are going to help our kids ministry staff team help pull off the event leading up to July 30th. You guys are going to help us get materials together to send to host homes. You guys are going to help us the week of trying to get those materials to our host homes. And then the weekend of, you guys are going to be our right-hand people helping us out. Anything that kids ministry is going to need so we can support our volunteers in trying to pull off this event. So, last thing I want to mention, and then I'm going to give it to Ann, August 2nd. Okay, I want this to be the heartbeat of this weekend. We are pushing people to August 2nd. When we have new people come into our homes, when we have new kids come into our homes from our neighborhoods that don't know Jesus, we want to push them to August 2nd. We want to push them and their families to come join us because on August 2nd, we're going to have Frozen Frenzy out by the playground. We're going to open up the playground. We're going to have a kids' sand bucket with a bunch of gifts for the kids who have come on these Kids Summer Days the past few days. It's going to be an awesome time to celebrate what the Lord has done this past weekend. Next, Ann's going to come up and talk about what it looks like to pull off a Kids Summer Days at a host home in your neighborhood.
What's up, guys? My name is Ann, and I'm here to talk to you guys about what it would look like to pull off Kids Summer Days at your home. We are so thankful for you guys and your willingness and your hospitality to open up your home so that other people who might not have ever heard the gospel hear it for the first time ever. So we are so excited. So I'm going to walk through the whole morning, what it would look like. Wherever you're doing this, we want it to be fun and exciting. So there will be a welcome tent with yard signs pointing towards the event. And it will have liability forms and bracelets that Jake will talk more about later. And after they leave the tent, they will go to wherever the event is being held. Host homes, we want to make sure you guys know that we are staffing you guys with student volunteers to help and interact with the kids as much as possible so that you guys are freed up to do hospitality. So hospitality looks like, say, a parent in your neighborhood has brought their child to this event. We want you guys to be able to say, hey, we would love for you guys to stay. We have a host, or we have a parent relief corner, or we have a hospitality station that you guys can come and have some snacks and drinks, which we will provide you guys with, so that you guys can build relationships with those families in your neighborhood that you might have never met before. We really wanted to do this because, as Jake said in the beginning, this is a Love Where You Live event, and we want the gospel to go forth. So this is where you guys as host home leaders have the opportunity to meet these people in your neighborhood, form relationships, and even share the gospel if the Lord gives you that opportunity. So that is a huge thing that we would love for you guys to do. Just remember, we want you guys to make this a fun and exciting event for the kids and welcoming for the parents. Next up, we have Chris, who's going to talk about games.
Hey guys, hey, welcome. My name is Chris, and I want to talk to you about the part that I am literally most excited about, and it's games. Matter of fact, just think about the last time when you were a kid that you were in VBS. What do you remember the most? Do you remember what they said? Do you remember the little lessons? Most likely at the time, at this very moment, you probably don't remember every single word that was said, but you probably, if you're anything like me, you remember the games being played. You remember the fun that you had. You remember the sweat that was dripped on the yard. You remember all this laughter, those joyous moments, and that's what we want to kind of rebuild in this moment. Matter of fact, when the kids are welcoming into your yard, we want there to be pool noodles out on your yard. We want cones to be out there. We want it to be a fun, interactive moment. We want there to be games to be played. What you're actually wanting is you're wanting a welcoming game time. You're wanting music to be played. You want bumping up and down. You want to be music being played, smiling faces, loud noises. Most overall, what you're wanting is to have a fun environment. And that's what the kids are going to be most drawn towards. That's what we're trying to actually make happen here. Now, when it comes to this game time, you're actually going to have 35 to 45 minutes to have games being played. Now, we want to be very intentional with this moment so that you're going to have each game, you're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes apiece, and after each game, you're actually going to have a water break. Make sure you understand this. Hey, this is a requirement. You need to have this because otherwise you're going to have some kids dying out there, and that's not going to be good. So here's what we're wanting. Every game, after every 10 minutes, you're going to want water to be given out to your kids, a little water break. And at that time, you want to be very intentional to where you're actually taking a knee and you're hanging out with kids and you're actually connecting with them on an eye-to-eye basis. Just a few ideas of games you can play here. It's very simple. It's very tag. You can play a human knot, or you can actually play Foursquare. I'm actually going to be having some games already given you as some activities, some very simple, very easy games to be explained and play. But the overall idea that I want you to keep in mind here is you want to have 10 to 15 minutes per game, no more. Again, hey guys, I can't stress this amount. You want to have as much fun as you can because this is what the kids are really going to remember. Another real big idea here that I want you to keep in mind here is on the very last day, the third day, this is going to be a water game day. You want to be pumping this up and talking about it a lot, where you're going to be actually having water balloons, you're going to have some water guns, you're going to have sprinklers, you're going to have sponge games you play. Because when you communicate this to your kids, you make sure you tell their parents to bring towels and swim trunks and suntan lotion or sunscreen lotion so they make it as fun as possible. For our very next segment, Holly is going to have a great moment here to explain some ideas that we're going to have bringing forth and helping you out with snacks. Here we go.
All right, guys. So today I get to talk to you about snack time and the daily prizes that the kids will take home with them each day. When you come to pick up your Host Home kits, you're going to receive all the snacks and all the drinks that you will need for all 3 days. You will also receive all the snacks and drinks that the leaders and the helpers will need for all 3 days. You guys will also be picking up the daily prizes. On the first and second day, the kids will get a prize to take home with them that relates to the Bible lesson that they learned that day. But on the third day, they're going to get 2 tickets. And what we're asking you guys to do is to give the parents the tickets or give the kids the tickets and explain to them how important it is that they bring those tickets on campus on August the 2nd for our Celebration Sunday. They can redeem those tickets for a free snow cone, and then they can also redeem for a Summer Days sand bucket that's going to be full of summer goodies. Up next, Julie is going to be talking about curriculum.
Hi, volunteers. I'm here today to talk to you about curriculum for our kids' summer days. Host Homes, you heard Ann say earlier that our desire for you is really to focus on loving where you live, to love on these parents, to love on these kids, and get to know new families in your neighborhood. If you would love to teach the curriculum, that is great. But if not, if you just want to focus on the families, we will provide another volunteer to help teach this curriculum for you. So our curriculum time is going to be from 11:15 to 11:45, and you're going to have about 30 minutes. So the main thing that I want you to remember with this curriculum is to make it fun and make it exciting. Our theme is Jesus is a light. So we're going to have 3 days talking about how in a dark world, Jesus is a light. Day 1 is Jesus is a light. Day 2 is about following the light. Day 3 is about sharing the light. And these are all familiar stories to you, but guess what? We are hoping that they won't be familiar to our kids. So even though they're familiar to you, make sure that you prepare this story fun and exciting, to engage them, to draw them in. Teach it like they have never heard it before, because that's our prayer, that these kids never have heard about Jesus before. And you have the gift to give them about Jesus. So when we're talking about our curriculum, you'll see that in your starter kit, you'll have a packet of curriculum, and it tells you every day there will be the theme and a special verse. And not only do you have a story, but as you look in your packet, you'll see some highlighted sections that have fun activities. Like for when we talk about sharing the light, there's a game called Stop and Go, because we're talking about the Great Commission, that's really like red light, green light. So you can play it and add another game into your curriculum. So make sure that your main focus is to help them learn the gospel. Day 2, that's what it's going to be all about, the gospel of Jesus. We are so excited for you and the opportunity that you're going to have to lead these kids to Jesus. If you have any questions about the curriculum, please don't hesitate to let us know. Up next, Jake is going to come talk to you about the sign-up process when they come to your host home. Thank you so much for partnering with us this weekend. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Next part we're going to talk about is not the most fun stuff, but it's something that we really have to cover. I'm going to talk about sign-up process really quick, liability waiver, all that good stuff, because we do care about the safety of our children, and we're going to be welcoming kids into our homes that may not have the best family life, may not have really struggled during this season of quarantine, and I want you guys to be prepared on how we can best protect yourselves as well as protecting kids. So, first off, I want to talk about the sign-up sheet. The only registration form that we have for the kids are the liability waiver form and the media release form. Now, as you guys are inviting kids to your neighborhoods, and as you guys get confirmation about kids who are going to be coming either to your community center in your neighborhood or into your home, you guys can go ahead and text those links. We'll have links for you to those forms. You guys can text those links to the parents so they can fill those out prior to Kids Summer Days on July 30th. But you guys are going to have kids who are going to look across the road and say, man, that house looks like it's having a great time, or Mom, there's a party going on at the park in our neighborhood. And they're just going to show up day of. On those kids, you guys need to get the number of the parent of that child or their legal guardian and text those links to the waiver and liability form along with the media release. Text those links to those parents or legal guardians, and they need to have those filled out before they come the next day. So if a kid comes on a Thursday, maybe he just shows up. Maybe he's old enough and they trust you guys and they just send the kid across the street and the parent doesn't even come. Get that number from the child and say, hey, Johnny, the next day you come, please remind your parents to fill out the form before you come on the next day. Second thing we need to talk about this. You're going to have kids who are going to have allergies, or their parents are not going to want their photos taken. So when a kid comes up, if they haven't signed the form yet, you need to ask them those questions. Do you have any allergies? Are you okay if your child's photo is taken and put on our social media? Those are just the two questions, the only two questions that you need to ask if you have a kid come sign up. For kids who have signed up prior, who have filled out those forms, you guys will already know that information. Now, we have 2 bracelets for those 2 kids, the allergy and the kids who do not want their picture taken. We're going to provide you guys with red bracelets for those who have allergies, and you can write on the bracelet the allergy that the child has. And then we have a yellow bracelet for those who we need to avoid. This is for our film team, for those who are going to be taking photos of our kids' summer days, so they know that those kids do not need to go anywhere on any of our social media platforms. Now, just general rules that I want to give you guys. I'm not going to bore you with them. I'm just going to highlight the main points of you as a volunteer, as a host home leader, you guys need to avoid. Never go into a home with a child by yourself. If a child has to go to the restroom, try to avoid that at all costs. From the 10 to 12 hour, they should not have to go to the restroom. But you're going to have some younger kids who are like, I have got to go potty. And we completely understand that. So do not go into a house or towards a bathroom at your community center by yourself. Always take another adult. Always, if you have a big space that you guys are putting on a Kids Summer Days event, try not to go in the corner somewhere with a child. Stay as a group so everybody can see, everybody's a witness, so we can protect the child, and then so we can protect our volunteers as well. And then the next big thing I want to hit, if you guys see any sign of abuse, it's really sad during this season, guys. Kids have been in their homes, and they've possibly been in their homes with abusive parents. And so if you guys see sign of abuse, you need to inform somebody on our kids ministry staff so that we can take action and take the right next steps for that situation. Now, before I move to this next segment, I want to say one quick thing. Anne-Marie's favorite food is Brussels sprouts, just so you guys know. So on her birthday, cook her a bunch of Brussels sprouts, and I'm sure she would greatly appreciate it. Last thing I want to talk about, guys, is promotion. You guys probably might be saying, hey, how are kids getting signed up for this event? How are we pushing this out? So from a church, from Christ Place, all of our promotion is to try to get our people to go on mission. We want our people to go into their neighborhoods, go into their communities, love on kids where they're at. But that begs the question, well, what about kids that want to come to our event? We want you guys to invite your kids. That's the whole idea, that we are enabling you guys to love where you live. And so if you're a host home, post it on your HOA Facebook page. Post it on all your social medias. We guys, if you don't already have them, we have digital invites for you. We're going to have physical card invites for you where you guys can put your email on there and they can email you letting you know that they want to come to your community center or to your home on that weekend. We're doing Kids Summer Days. Invite your friends. Invite your My Five. Enable your children. Hey, ask them, what friend do you want to invite to come over for Kids Summer Days? We want you guys to invite people in your neighborhood to experience Make a Difference Weekend Kids Summer Days at a host home in their area. Now, it begs the question, we're going to have kids who might not live in a neighborhood, and they say, I want to experience this. I don't know where I can go. We want you guys to email us at kids@christplace.com. Push people to that email. If they don't know where they can get plugged in, they can email us, let us know that they want to take part in Kids Summer Days, and we can plug them into a home in their area. We have a map. We see where all our host homes are at, and we can place them in a home and let that host home leader know that we have added another child or children to their Kids Summer Days event. Christ Place people, I cannot thank you enough for your willingness to go on mission, to love where you live, and to reach people for Jesus. This is going to be an awesome opportunity, guys. I firmly believe that God is going to reach kids and He's going to reach parents in the name of Jesus. As we push them to come to August 2nd on a Sunday, lives are going to be changed. Kids and parents are going to go from death to life, and it is going to be awesome to be a part of what God is going to do on this Make a Difference weekend. We'll talk to you soon.